What's up, guys, and welcome back to another Join Dota League Season 3 game. This is going to be Division 1 Europe. We have Titan on the Radiant versus Kingdom on the Dire. I'm going to be one of your casters. I am Mike Loris, and I am joined by HeflaTV.
Hello, everybody. Welcome.
Alright, so Titans, or Old Orange, and they pretty much stomped their way through the versus Mushi challenge, and I think you were the one casting that, so you have a little bit more experience with them than I do?
Titans turn to pick.
Yeah, well, we had the Mushi challenge where we casted them pretty much six times a best of three. And, well, over that time I actually got quite friendly with Mushi. He's a very nice guy. And, I don't know, I'm actually looking forward that this new Titan, or this new whatever team it's gonna be, is actually doing quite well. I mean, against Arrow, they still have here and there some problems. Like in the last years, we casted here in the JDL. They played 1-1, so they weren't quite convincing. But when it's about the other teams, like especially in the C scene, and even up to the Korean and Vietnamese teams they played in the last, let's say, 2 weeks, very convincingly. So they are definitely the favorite here. But Kingdom, I don't know. I'm also a fan of 2D and fixers. They sometimes are always up for like surprises, let's say.
Alright, so I think we'll both agree that Kingdom are the slight underdogs here, and I'm always rooting for the underdog because everyone loves a little bit of an upset, but also want to see these Titan guys just pull out a solid game, and well, it looks like we have some rather standard-ish picks. Doom Ancient Apparition now can be picked up for Kingdom, whereas Titan going for the Faceless Void and Invoker. So lots of team fight on Titan, a little bit of team fight on Kingdom though, not as much in the large AoE department.
Dire team back.
Yep, absolutely. And well, like I was actually surprised by the simple fact that the Sky of Mage got like banned out first, because the Faceless Void comes as a first pick for Titan. So like I don't know, really surprised, because usually you want to see them both together, but instead Mushi bans one out and picks the other, even though they synergize very well. But talking about synergizes in Invoker is just as good.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird sequencing in the ban picks. Scarif Mage is a viable first ban, I would say. Like, he is powerful enough to earn that slot, but if the plan is to go Faceless Void Scarif Mage, then at that point it's just Titan who really don't want to play against that hero, just for whatever reason. They don't care about the synergy between their own heroes. So as you said, Invoker Faceless Void is a solid enough combination. Chronosphere, Sunstrike, Meteor, all that good stuff. It's going to be really hard for the squishier heroes on Kingdom to survive that combination. Doom might weather that, but a little bit iffy. But as far as the bans are concerned, Brewmaster going to get the boot now, as will Rubik and Viper. Not too many surprises here. Titan's going to protect themselves a little bit with their the ban of Rubik, so that their AoE skills are their own AoE skills.
Yeah, the most frustrating part is that I'm trying to smoke for about 5 minutes, and I have 6 lighters here on my desk, and none of them is working. And that is like the most horrible thing that ever happened to me today.
And now you're going to not remember which ones aren't working, and then you're just going to just leave them on your desk, so that next time, they'll still not be working.
No problem. I have, like, here in my cupboard next to my little Cassian desk, I've just found matches, so everything's fine.
Alright, yeah, that's something I would do. You just realize they're not working, and then just put them aside, and then next time still realize that they're not working.
Yeah, no, it's the same. Like, that's why they're piled up here, 6 lighters next to each other, and none of them are working, and all the other stuff is in my bag. Like, just came back from university and just hopping here right back into casting, and oh well. But either way, we have to talk about the draft, because you already said the Brewmaster out, Witchtalk out, so there is some synergy again being banned out, because we have the Chronosphere obviously there. The Rubik is something that's always nowadays, like, let's talk about the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks or something. Like, whenever the Void is getting picked, you see a Rubik ban coming, for the simple reason, and we saw it twice today actually in the game I casted with Coucher, the Korean team Imba versus, I already forgot, another C team. But in the MPGL on HeflaTV 1 we casted it, and you saw the perfect place. Like, Faceless Void comes in, Time Walk, Chronosphere, Rubik steals it, and just puts that funny blue bubble on top of the entire team, the enemy team, which is not expecting that at all. And in the meantime, they also had a Bane, so you just have to disable the Void for the time being, and then all these AoE spells just munch through the enemy team, even though you didn't even have a Void. in your own. So that's why you want to have this Rubik out. Viper is the last one, and now we're going into the third and fourth pick. Ember Spirit it is, and that's very interesting because Ember Spirit as such is a pretty squishy hero, to be honest. Like, for example, if he gets caught out without Flame Guard, like, he's dying to spell damage really, really fast. Also, his armor gain is not too incredible high. His pretty much with his strength gains about the same. Plus, the build most of the Ember Spirits are going for at the moment is not very stats heavy. It's mostly like guys, I have Sleight of Fist, armor, glass cannon, let's go. But one chrono and you just get this guy really fast down. That's the biggest problem about it.
And even up against the Invoker, where normally you would say Flame Guard should protect me against this Mage guy. Pure damage plus physical damage from the Forge Spirits, and then of course if he's going for Exhort, he's just going to be hitting very hard just on his person. And Ember Spirit suddenly isn't very tanky due to the magical of Titan. And Titan, though they do have some pretty decent magic output, it's not going to come until later on, at least for the Invoker. Mostly physical damage on the early stages, and Ember Spirit is not going to enjoy that. He's also not going to enjoy the fact that once Faceless Void does get level 6, there is probably no better hero to lock down in Chronosphere than Ember Spirit. Actually, maybe Puck. Maybe Puck is a better hero to lock down in there, if you could catch him. So Kingdom going to be going Ember Spirit, Puck, Doom as their 3 cores. So their team fight is going to be a little bit different. They're going to be going more of the elusive route, trying to play the evasion game.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus the initiation game, because you must not forget that if Kingdom gets a proper initiation, that means Blink Doom on the Void, for example, or the Puck gets the initiation. Maybe even he does the first move, going on the Void, then the Raining Rift is coming out, maybe the Doom coming afterwards, or maybe they can even burst him down in the first silence. So without the Chronosphere, Titan has a huge problem, but that requires a lot of nice execution, and I've seen Titan play against Voids like 3 or 4 times just in the last week alone, and their positioning is flawless to perfect, like very good. So that's why I don't know, I don't think they are very susceptible to like these AoE silences, but who knows, maybe they get caught out in the small passage, Rosh Pit, all these areas where it's really dangerous to fight sometimes, and the Puck gets a perfect Dream Coil, Silence, Raining Rift, Doom finds the Void, and from there on the fight could definitely go Kingdom's way.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it does come down to the positioning. It doesn't matter how much AoE you have if none of those skills actually land. That being said, Puck is looking to be a really great hero versus Titan. Like, a silence onto any one of these heroes is going to be fairly crippling, and then they'll just let Doom have a little bit more time to pick his target as to who he wants to apply an even longer silence to. So Kingdom, their draft is pretty well suited against what Titan have, as Kingdom's going to be looking for one more support hero to partner up with Ancient Apparition. Titan already picking up their support duo, most likely going to be Shadow Shaman and Mirana. Seen that one time and time again. If you lay a shackle on someone, the arrow is most likely to hit if you follow it up correctly. Maybe not up later on against a Puck or an Ember Spirit, who will be able to, pull up their evasive shenanigans versus that spell combo if you don't time it exactly right. But for the early stages, Titan, their roaming looks pretty solid. Kingdom, though, I mean, they have Ancient Apparition, who is able to put out some decent damage. They just need another, ideally, ranged support hero so that the Chilling Touch could really wreak havoc.
Yeah, and they ban out now. Kingdom bans out the Nature's Prophet, and I think that is really good decision. We've seen Titan rounding up their draft sometimes with the Nature's Prophet, or even picking it somewhere in the third, fourth picks. It's just good to have because, I mean, with the Chronosphere, like someone just, like if Ohio, for example, gets that Faceless Void, he has been playing Faceless Void a lot for Titan. He just says, hey guys, my Chrono is ready, get ready. So the Invoker has already, like his Sunstrike, and the Nature's Prophet is getting ready to TP in, plus maybe whoever else is in the vicinity. And that is mostly like a guaranteed kill. And even if Titan is doing bad, at a certain point of the game, they just get back in kills with these, like, even sometimes one-man chronos. That's always like a, how can you say it, like a fall net, where you can, just relax in it for a while and you come back into the game this way. This is at least how I've seen them in the last 1-2 weeks.
Especially against the likes of Puck, Ember Spirit, Ancient Apparition. If you can catch them in the Chronosphere, you're most likely going to kill them, just because they are such vulnerable heroes, reliant very heavily on their mobility and their evasiveness to keep themselves alive, and you can't do much of that when you're stuck in the Chronosphere. It looks like Kingdom Well, there's your ranged support hero. It's going to be a Lion, so
Whoa.
going to be having a little bit of zapping here and there. Also, very nice quick disable for Faceless Void. If he time walks in and you have the Hex right on his arrival location, you will be able to get that off and ideally kill the Faceless Void.
I like it. I mean, the Lion in 2014 got pretty much introduced by the Chinese scene. They brought him in. And I was like, at the start of 2014, when I made my predictions about TI and everything, and I was discussing with viewers and other casters, like I said two things. Like I said, Lion and Necro is coming into the game, and I also said that it's gonna be a Chinese here on the TI, and that like all the Europeans and then the Americans, they're gonna cry. And I've been right with at least one of it. That was the TI prediction, and the Lion came. At least some scenes picked it up. The Necro, unfortunately, just got picked up by teams like BBC with very exotic drafts. But I mean, I didn't expect the 6.81 patch where the Lina was buffed. So some people actually tried the Lina approach, but the Lion is still more reliable because he's more harassed in the laning stage. He has the finger, which is pretty much the same to Lina, but the difference is that if he gets Aghanim Scepter, it doesn't go through BKB, which I thought brought the Lina a bit more into, you know, the pick-worthy hero classes, but it didn't really happen. But the Lion, I'm looking forward to it. Like, I hope that this Lion proves worthy. Against a Shadow Shaman, Mirana, and Klinks, very low HP targets as such. Faceless Void is kind of a iffy thing, because if he can backtrack it, the full amount of damage, and that kind of sucks when that happens. But, well, you have to take your chances sometimes.
Yeah, so hopefully this Lion does get off the ground, because I always like to see this hero being played, especially, as you said, against such squishy heroes. The Titan side picking up Klinks as their last, going to give them a lot more pushing power with Forge Spirits, plus the Klink Searing Arrow Strafe combination, plus the Serpent Wards eventually for the Shadow Shaman. They'll be able to bulldoze towers down pretty quickly, assuming they don't get jumped upon. And well, this puck pick looking just better and better for Kingdom, and let's see how these lanes are going to be shaping up. On the bottom lane for Kingdom, we have 2D playing the Doom, has boots already at level 1. Fixers is going to be on the mid lane puck. Top lane supporting is going to be Smashy's Ancient Apparition, as well as Fruits' Lion, and then they're going to both be supporting Drakon on the Ember Spirit.
Yep, and on the other side, well, you took the Dire side, right? Like, because there's a thunderstorm in the background, like I barely hear a word when it thunders, actually.
Oh yeah, that was the Dire.
Yeah, I'm taking the Radiant side. Ohio is going to be in the offlane. We have in the mid, of course, KYXY on his Invoker. I like his Invoker because he is not holding back on those Sunstrikes. Maybe now with the Void, he's really trying to time them, but usually they're coming out whenever he can. Then Extinct, Netted, they're going to be here in the safe lane. And the last one there to mention is, of course, Mushi on the Klinks. And I have seen Mushi play Klinks once in the G1 challenge, which we had here on HeflaTV. But yeah, that was it. He actually played even a Blinks style, which got introduced in the last TI. But, well, let's see if that's coming out today.
Yeah, when you go for that build, the name of the game is you play separately from your team, pretty much. You buy them a whole bunch of space by roaming the map, trying to snag tower kills here and there, but mostly looking for pickoffs. The Orchid for Klinks is going to be such a very important item. Again, kind of for the same reasons that Chronosphere was going to be strong, that we were saying before. They have some really great targets to lock down with an Orchid. If they could land an Orchid on any one of the Kingdom heroes, they're most likely going to be able to bring them down. And right we see Net with a little bit of an aggressive rotation. Has a Haste Rune, though. Ganking behind this Tier 1 tower is always a little bit dangerous because there's nowhere you could actually run where the tower won't hit you once you do get into the lane. KYXY also doesn't have level 2 or anything, so...
Yeah, both have a very aggressive position. We have at the moment Extinct hiding at the side shop. We have the Net hiding behind the Tier 1 tower. So they're looking for either going on 2D, but 2D left his line. He went for the jungle because he was like, damn it, the supports are missing, so no idea where they are. But still, even KYXY in the mid has like a nice presence just because like they still don't know what the supports are.
Yeah, just the passive threat of having two heroes away on the map. Like, they could just be pulling and stacking and doing stuff like that, but Kingdom haven't seen them yet, so if they're not on the map, you could always assume, and they will be holding like an Invis Rune or something like that as the worst case scenario, and well, you don't want to be trying that.
They both saw him though. Like, both supports showed in the bottom lane, so for now, I mean, 2D knows what he's up to, and you gotta be really careful, and also KYXY, like, he knows that, okay, the puck will be more aggressive right now.
Yeah, so X and Net probably going to be playing it a little bit more passive, at least until the Invoker gets a couple more levels, and at least until Mushi gets a couple more levels. Then they'll try to make a go onto the bottom lane Doom, I'm sure, with the arrow combination. With the damage that the Klink's putting out, all physical on him, and the 0 base armor of the Doom, they'll be able to shred through him pretty quickly, assuming they get enough lockdown. Ohio up on top lane, not really going to get that much, as Smashy is pretty much just on Faceless Void pulling away duty, although he has stolen away a nice creep wave for himself, so getting some experience at the very least. Level 6 is going to be at, well, not the worst of timings for him.
Yep, absolutely. And look what Tudi is doing. He's coming in with the invisibility rune, and that is, of course, for him, at least experience-wise, a good scenario, because he definitely does something. He even goes for, okay, some right clicks on net, but okay, too bad the Shadow Shaman wasn't there, because that might have been a kill.
Lane Invoker being chased down by the Puck, took 2 orbs straight to the face. Unfortunately for the Puck, Invoker is going to survive, and now he's going to throw a Sunstrike onto Tudi, who got tagged with an arrow as well. But it looks like no one's actually going to die from all of this. Fixer's dropping pretty low in Ohio, leaving the lane to get a little bit of mid-experience. But yeah, going aggressive on the Invoker, and Puck is really flexing his muscles, as he does have a pretty nice creep score advantage right now.
Yep, that was fairly risky what Tudi did there, but he's also walking back to the base. I actually thought maybe he's gonna use Scorched Earth and a Tango. That should have brought him back to full HP. He also still had a clarity, but he chose the way of like, hey guys, you know what, Fountain it is, and we're going back. I mean, he has Tranquil Boot, so he was really just there for the mana, I guess. But let's see. In the mid, we have our first smoke rotation to get KYXY.
Don't go down there, KYXY. If he gets hexed up, then he's probably just gonna die. And there's the Chilling Touch, but the movement speed of Lion just a little bit too slow. Invoker playing it super safe and keeping himself alive. So smoke rotation from Kingdom ultimately wasted.
Yep, and we still wait for First Blood. This is one of those rare cases where we see a Titan game where not either team really managed to get a First Blood. Like, this first smoking completely failed because KYXY was well aware of it, or like he suspected it. And this way, yeah, we're 4 minutes in and not a single kill happening. At least Ohio is happy now because he gets still some solo XP. The creep wave is deep, like, or close to the tower at the moment. But let's see, we have another smoke, this time from Titan, and they want to get Tudi.
They have enough disables. If this arrow lands, I want to say the Doom is just going to go down. He does have a lot of creeps, and he does pop the Scorched Earth, and he does have teleportation support as well. Arrow, Sunstrike, arrow will whiff, as will the Sunstrike on 2D at the very least, but Mushi's damage just way too much, and Smashy also teleporting into here. Very dangerous situation with the amount of physical that Mushi's putting out. They will kill off the Shadow Shopper, but now Mushi's standing and fight him versus the Ember Spirit. One more salve, it's not going to save him. They feed themselves into Mushi one at a time, and now Net, he's going to get hexed up and brought down in the back end, though he does leap away to buy himself a little bit more time to buy up all the items that he wants. Mushi now going to get teleported upon by 2D, does get netted down, plus impaled. Mushi looks like he's going to go down right here, and in the end, no kills for 5 minutes, suddenly 6 kills, 3-3, and Titan get the first blood advantage. But mid lane, KYXY in a little bit of trouble. There's a silence for, and the coil keeping him there, and he's going to go down to Fixer's solo. Kingdom getting
no
overall
mana.
a slight lead there.
Yeah, no mana at all. He couldn't do anything. Like, if he would have put up, like, I don't know, a Cold Snap, for example, under the tower, that might have been interesting. But, well, Extinct is coming in. I don't know, he probably is going to just give him the shock, or not even that. But yeah, this bottom, the only thing where I was curious why they did that was Mushi not going back. He just got a triple kill, and he had the chance to get the hell out of there. But he decided to like still try something on the Mirana after the Lion stun was out. But apparently the Lion was fast enough in movement speed, just got that right click in, didn't get the stun, so the stun was up for Mushi, and then it was a free trade. I think they could have gotten out there with a free 2 trade plus the first blood bonus. But they choose to dive even deeper, and yeah, Mushi had to pay for it. But still, I mean, his farm plus a triple kill, this is definitely going in favor for Titan.
I think Mushi might not have realized that the Lion didn't use his Impale on the Mirana. If he did realize that, then he would have been nowhere near that Lion when the Doom did teleport in. So that's what I'm going to assume happened there. Or he just got overconfident as the Klinks after taking so many heroes down. But on top, they have a Time Walk level 3 plus a Chronosphere. Smashy Draken, there's the 2-man Chronosphere with a Sunstrike onto the Ember Spirit. Arrow to follow up. They're now going to focus on Smashy after killing off that Ember Spirit. Easy 2 kills up on top lane. And Chronosphere, first one, being used to give the Shadow Shaman a double kill. Not too bad.
Yep, I definitely like it. Like, the execution was where at the same time we also had Mushi getting down that first tower of the game. It's the bottom tier one that fell. But yeah, the execution, just perfect. They were like calling it, hey guys, we focus on the Ember, that means Sunstrike, and the arrow went for the Ember, and then everything else. Oh, but in the mid, another Dream Call here on KYXY, and now he's just a little piggy and stunned. The rest is just history.
Rip KYXY. He's the one who's having the least amount of fun on the Titan's side. Losing this lane to Fixers pretty handily. I mean, he hasn't actually dodged many orbs. Whenever I look over to him, he's always, taking a nuke straight to the face. And, well, they're going to rotate back up towards top, but Ember Spirit going to take an arrow to his face. So,
yeah. Ned saw that all coming, and like a nice arrow, like just in the path of those people coming, just in case they would have caught up to the poor Shadow Shaman, but they might still go for it. Unfortunately, of course, the arrow needs to land first.
X is going to get the shackle. They're going to jump in with the Sunstrike, being hit onto all three. They're going to focus down Smashy, and nice Impale, slowing down Ohio, but Fruits is not going to, well, he actually will escape to the right, as Jakan does jump in with 3 spirits. Net forced to leap out of there, as Jakan's still alive with that Flame Guard. Ohio now getting hexed up. He's slowly going to die, but Time Walk out. He's going to live at less than 20 HP. Teleportation, is it going to be enough? They don't know where he went. That was really well played by Ohio.
Them jukes, eating through one tree there and like just using that pocket to TP out. Still, like, I think they should have been happy with that 1 kill, but they were like, hey, maybe we try more Lucky Bash, something like that, but no, it didn't really happen. But oh, look, the silence there on the puck, and with that, with even the cold step up on him, that should be enough. The Orchid should tick him over. That's it. That's a kill. So finally KYXY is getting his revenge. I mean, the kill is going for Mushi, but like KYXY, after he died twice now against that puck, he's like laughing right now.
Time is 8:30 on the clock, and Mushi already has an Orchid. Of course, getting a triple kill will kind of do that for you, and getting uncontested farm in pretty much a 1v0 lane certainly helps as well. But this Klinks got his Orchid at such a ridiculous timing, and he's going to run an intercept course onto Brown up on the top lane. Smashy, you're going to have to hug your tower because the Klinks is stalking you. He could even dive this Ancient Apparition behind his tier 2. No?
Yep, pretty much. He has no boots, which is, of course, bad news, and he also doesn't oh, there's the arrow, because they see him, and oh, this is the longest arrow of all times. They don't even need anything, just the Sunstrike, 1 tick over, or even just the Orchid would have been enough, probably.
Yeah, this Klinks is going to be such a huge thorn in Kingdom's side, not only because he'll be able to pretty much 1v1 anyone on the Kingdom team, but also he's going to be setting up for the likes of arrows and Sunstrikes and Chronospheres and everything like that, because he, even though he doesn't have boots, he's still moving at a ridiculous 431 movement speed because of Skeleton Walk. So,
what do you say about his build, by the way?
Skills, items, what?
No, items.
Rushing up the Orchid. I mean, if you have 0 people to, out farm in lane, he was pretty much against nobody for the entire time. There's no reason why you shouldn't go for the biggest item you possibly can, and Orchid has got to be that item for Klinks. So even though he did delay his boots, I'm completely okay with this build.
Yep, like, it's very interesting because the percentage of the Klinks is going for Soaring as like a startup item because it's just good for laning, good for everything. You can just use it to like always be sure you have something for your ultimate, etc. But since he had so much free farm, he went without boots, without everything, just going directly for the Orchid, and so far it paid off except for his like 1 death after he got that triple kill. But now we just see a 4-man smoke and they're looking for something, but I think Titan is well aware of this. Or Ohio, he's coming back, and oh, they didn't even see where it's coming from.
Yeah, he has the Mask of Madness, so he would have been able to run pretty quickly with the Power Treads, plus maxing out the Time Walk. It's a smart move for the Face of Void to do that, not being too greedy and getting Time Lock or anything like that, so he'll be able to initiate from a very long range, and though Kingdom, they do have some long range initiators of their own in the Ember Spirit as well as the Puck. Well, Puck doesn't have a Blink Dagger just yet, and Ember Spirit doesn't really want to be the first one in, especially knowing that the enemy is already wielding an Orchid. And up on top, Mushi with those Searing Arrows. No points in Strafe just yet, but that's more than enough damage. That's plus 60 every single time he drops an arrow, and quite a few creeps as well. And it might be
this shows also the experience of Titan. I mean, like, they know, okay, our tier 1 is gone, but hey, we just traded tier 2 for it, and maybe even damage on a second tier 2.
Yeah, so they get the tier 2 tower, and they jump in for a Chronosphere onto Fixers. Cold Snap in that orb, and Mirana with an arrow from pretty far away is going to get the kill on the Puck. And the rest of the Titan team, well, They don't even have level 6 on their Shadow Shaman, but it looks like they don't really care about that. They're going to clean up almost all of Kingdom's towers. 12 minutes in, and Titan have only one more outer tower to take, and Mushi up on top. There's the no mana for Orchid, actually, just 2 arrows, but that was 2 hits, bringing Smashy down to almost dead.
That's the downside. Oh, there's an arrow flying. No, never mind. But this is the downside of not having a Soul Ring. Like, imagine if he had a Soul Ring, he would have used Soul Ring, like, put up that Death Pack, go to the Ancient Apparition, Orchid plus the Searing Arrows, and still have enough mana to get the hell out of there. It might have been a kill, but yeah, Orchid has to be enough for now. But he's going directly for a Blink build, and I think then from there on he's going to finish PTs, giving him a bit more intelligence as well there for mana regen, etc. Yeah. It's very interesting. Now he has a haste rune as well. Jesus.
Yeah, with that Orchid bonus intelligence and mana regen and all that good stuff, plus arc boots on his allies, Mushi is going to be hamstrung a little bit by the fact that he can't always be going in and looking for those kills, so he has to wait a little while for his regeneration. But still, the map control is firmly in control of Titan. They've only lost 1 tower, and it's the bottom tier 1. Like, no one really cares about that one. So they're going to be stalking around the map for pretty much the entirety of the game. With Mushi farming up steadily, he will possibly run into this huge smoke train from Kingdom, and they do have dust, and he will dispel it. Instantly, Sentry War gets down, and Mushi, caught in the steering chains, impaled. He will not be able to survive this. Not a chance in hell. Goodbye,
Yeah,
Clinks.
that was bad news. Like, it was very bad for Mushi. I mean, usually he has a fast enough reaction to see, like, oh damn it, I just discovered a smoke gank train. But the problem is they were all high ground. So by the time he went high ground, like, nice instant reaction there by the Lion, like perfect reaction. That's what I like about this Lion player. So far his reactions were really, really good. Instant sentry as soon as he saw, like, oh damn it, our smoke is revealed, and that gives them a nice kill. This is also a high value kill. It's not just slowing down Mushi a bit. He's also level 11, so all those people, they got like a huge chunk of XP there.
Yeah, and it's also Clinks, just a hero that you don't have to worry about for however long it'll take him to get back into this fight. But the rest of the heroes, they're on the bottom lane. They have the Servant Wards deployed already. Fixer's got to watch himself so he doesn't get jumped by a Faceless Void, or just X with the Blink Dagger. There's a Shackle, Arrow to Fly, and Chronosphere onto 2. Fixer's gonna get beaten down. Now Chudy, where's the Sunstrike? No Sunstrike just yet, but still the Doom taking a lot of damage. Will survive for now. Ohio chained to the floor, and he will get doomed. He will get force staffed out, but I think this Faceless Void is probably going to go down. Triple Spirit Jump onto the Faceless Void. He's going to go down. Serpent Ward's still working on that tower, but Mushi in the back end going to snipe a Courier first. Who's next? It's going to be Fruits. 1, 2, 3. One more would have done it, but Arrow onto the Kraken. That's going to do the kill on the Ember instead. Much better than killing the Lion. He's going to be perfectly okay with that. And one hit onto Smashy. Just one for the road. Tower at 200 HP is soon to be brought down.
Yep, Mushi there always in the background. Like, they thought they made a good trade. Like, okay, they only got the puck and we get the Void instead. But the problem is, like, Net wasn't even part of that fight. He was just there at the side, also going for Blink Dagger. We have now 3 Blink Daggers, one on the Rasta, one on the Blinks, and one on the Blinkana. Blinkrana. Keine Ahnung how, like, you have to, like, find a new name for this, but, well.
I don't know. You come up with that one, because I can't think of anything better than Blinkrana.
I mean, Glinks and Blinks is easy, but, well.
Arrow onto Smashy.
This arrow.
Sunstrike.
Oh god. This is the power of vision again. Like this Sentry Ward here, it made just perfect. Like he was just a second low ground, and from there he saw him. Nice one for Net. And we might even see more here on the Ember Spirit. Oh, but he's going back. I think Kingdom, they need ASAP sentries outside. Like Lion already deployed 1 in the mid, but apparently, I mean, they need those in another spot, and Ghost Scepter on the Ember.
That is such a huge sign of desperation. As an Ember Spirit, you always want to be building aggressively at your early stages. If your first item is a Ghost Scepter, it's the best item that you could possibly ask for in order to shut down the Clinks. Clinks will never really have anything in order to counter that item, but still, the Ember Spirit is going to be reliant purely on his Flame Guard and purely on all his skills to do all the damage. There will be pretty much no right-click coming out from this Ember Spirit, not for a very long time.
Blinks Diffusal, no problem. Mushi can make it happen. No, but I think Net might actually go for a Diffusal. I mean, like whenever they go Ghost Scepter, he can blink in, use the Diffusal on the Ghost Scepter target, and Mushi's just finishing that job. That might actually be very interesting for them, but right now, it just gets Roshan very easy, by the way, because, yeah, Mushi even having the double damage rune for that, the timing was right, Massive Awards even used. But let's see. Kingdom is smoking up, and I want to look for something. To be honest, did we even see more than one Doom? I thought we saw the second Doom just on the Void, but that's it. In 60 minutes, 2 Dooms. I thought more of this Doom, to be honest.
I thought that was only the first one, but either way, not many is the point. As Mushi. Oh, okay.
That was the right way. So damn close. So damn close. Like, he was passing by the... I don't know if they revealed the smoke or if the smoke was running out, but like Fixes was still sitting there.
He's running again, though. He's going to get doomed. Where's the doom? Looks like they're not going to use it. Just Finger of Death, and Mushi going to try to fight his way out. Will lose the Aegis. The rest of his team, though, is coming in to help. Puck is already going to drop. I think a Chronosphere was used for that, but blink out for Mushi. He's going to survive for now. Fruit's going to take an arrow on his back, and well, the main Mirana arrow is going to miss, but Mushi's still here. Searing arrow, dead.
Yep. And Dragon is just TPing out. That's the best he can do in this situation. I mean, this was Ohio still having the Chronosphere. So, like, there was no chance for Kingdom to get this fight somehow done, especially not after the Puck died. I mean, this Chronosphere, if they would have fought this fight, that might have been even a triple Chronosphere, something you really don't want to have. So they go high ground, or they want to go high ground. Mushi now trying to get or cut the misses to a minimum, but oh, there's a Doom.
Doom onto Ohio, so there's going to be no Chronosphere just yet. They're going to focus, though, onto Mushi. He's way too quick, though. Kingdom, they can't catch up to anyone. Puck is a blink, but a huge deafening blast for KYXY. Going to put a huge stop to Kingdom, and well, now Titan, they're moonlit up, and they're looking for re-engage because the Doom has timed out. Faces Void as a Chronosphere that he wants to use. Kingdom, they burn probably their most important ultimate in that Doom, and they also use the Ancient Apparition Ice Blast. They get absolutely nothing, and their high ground is still going to be under siege.
Like, nothing hit there. Ice Blast was just on 2 full HP target. Like, the Doom and Ohio, look at it. He's faking all the time that he's jumping in. The Chrono is still up. It's like this impending Doom that's always there at the horizon, and you never know when it strikes, and that's the biggest problem. And that being said, you see what Kingdom is doing. Like, they can't do anything.
They just need a perfect Puck initiation, but there's a Chronosphere. Going to catch the Puck as well as Fruits. Puck is going to be focused down by the Clinks, while his Fruit's going to be focused down by Ohio. That's going to be almost the Puck down, and he won't escape either. Draken going to be shackled up in the bottom end. He's dropping pretty low, X. He will get fire jumped on, and he will be brought down, but Draken now way in over his head, and he's going to be the third one to drop. Ohio wants more. Going to jump forward for Smash Yell, though. 2D is still here. Arrow going to fly. Will not hit onto anyone, but Faceless Void just single-handedly zoning out the rest of the Kingdom heroes, where the rest of his team taking down Raxes pre-20 minutes in. 9 times out of 10, that's going to be a death blow when you take Raxes that early.
Yep, and Net is just taking care of some dewarding here. Like, with some luck, he might even discover those sentries in the mid, or this sentry, or the observer even in the mid. He actually does, so that's another 50 gold for him. But yeah, the gem on him is definitely working out. So with this, they can secure that Mushi can just freely roam around the base. And that in return means Kingdom, you might as well not even leave your fountain right now, because if you are in your base, you get chronoed, and if you're somewhere else, then you will get killed by Mushi. So for Kingdom, this game's not safe anymore, nowhere, and it's also looking really bad if you look at experience in gold. We look at 12k experience and 20k in gold. This is only 22 minutes in, and without me being just a grumpy and very pessimistic German, I think this game is through.
Clinks, I underestimated Mushi. He did go for a Diffusal Blade, so Ghost Scepter, Firmer Spirits. I hope you enjoyed your 7 to all attributes, because that's pretty much all you're going to get. Oh, the Purge coming a little bit too late, though. Mushi messing up. Now the Doom onto him. Ice Blast going to fly, and it will miss. Mushi is taking a lot of damage, and I don't think he's going to escape this one. He doesn't have an Aegis this time. He messed up a little bit in getting the kill on the Ember Spirit, but I don't think it would have mattered in the end.
Yeah, too greedy. Like, he thought the Doom, I don't know, is somewhere else, but I think he just move back a bit and then blinked in again for that Doom. Either way, it's easy kill on Mushi. It's also killing spree, so yes, like a little light for Kingdom, but what the hell is Net doing? Look at Net.
He's
he's infiltrating the enemy base.
Gonna go assassinate the courier again. It's not even possible anymore. If this was Dota 1 maybe, but this Mirana has pretty much all the mobility she's ever going to need ever, except for one more point in Leap. She has Blink Dagger and Force Staff, so Kingdom, they are probably never ever going to catch this Mirana anymore, so she will just be going wherever she pleases with a gem. So Kingdom, their sentries, you said that they needed to set up sentries outside their base, and Though that is still true, now with level 3 Necro and a gem from Mirana, no wards are going to stick. It's just not going to happen. And Titan, they're taking advantage of the fact that they do have their Araxes. They're going to wait for Mushi to rejoin this fight, which is going to be very quick. 503 movement speed will do that for you. And then it's going to be split push down mid, split push down bottom, and then just wait for a Chronosphere opportunity.
Yep, absolutely. And the problem is Kingdom, they don't even know how to stand it. I mean, they have here a Blaster, a Blinks, and a Blinkana. That's like too much of initiation at the moment. There's nothing they can do. Like, you never know what hits first. Is it the arrow? Is it the Rasta really just going in, jumping, making that YOLO move? Or is it maybe even just an arrow? You just have to wait for it, but you also need to spread all the time.
And
it's really a hard game for
because
Kingdom.
they're losing their Raxes. Puck threw an orb down the trees on the right side. Fixers will get hit really hard by the last will damage, but they lose their Raxes. They can't do anything. When you have to sacrifice your Raxes like that, you might as well just tap out, because if you can't fight here, where are you going to fight? Two sets of Raxes now down, and Titan, they didn't expend a single skill outside of Serpent Wards in order to do that. They have all the time in the world, they have all the space in the world in Kingdom. They are unwilling to fight.
This is a completely new art of warfare. Like, Titan is at the moment conquering the enemy base without firing a single shot themselves. Like, this is kind of throne war. Like, they just put their orange serpent thrones in there and then just let them do the job. Like, we don't need to go there. But top, finally, some real engagement. Ohio is doomed, but they go for the right clicks.
And now Fruit's going to get a nice impale, but he gets a rock dropped on his head. Mushi's still in the middle of everything, doesn't have the defusal just yet on Jock, and there it is, 1, 2, 3, he's going to get the kill, but now Mushi netted down to the floor with the frozen feet. He will be brought down yet again, but Ohio going to jump forward for a nice 2-man Chronosphere, going to kill off the Puck, going to kill off the Doom. GG has been called, and Titan make it look so damn easy. They just ran an absolute clinic over Kingdom, and well, they're not going to take this Puck for the road, but that is going to be the end of game number 1.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, Titan really dominated this, and I think it started already in the laning phase. Even though the mid lane, it wasn't KYXY's game, but he did what a good invoker does that plays with a void. Just give your 2 cents to the entire business, like whenever a Chronosphere is up or whenever like a 5-second arrow is there on the pitch. And that's pretty much all he did. And from there on, he came back. Mushi had a good game all the time, the same for Ohio, and the whole thing got projected into minute 23 when it was finally a GG.
Well, easy game, easy life for Titan here in game number 1. This is a best of 2 set, so we will be right back with game number 2, guys. Don't go anywhere.